Because he was already 30 and still hadn't saved 1 million, the man decided to end his life. Just as his consciousness began to fade, his landlord, who had come to collect overdue rent, arrived in time. Strangely, when he woke up in the hospital, everyone around him was staring at him in unison. He had no idea what was going on. A heavy-set man was sitting on the nearby bed smoking. No wonder people across the room were giving them strange looks. The man was about to tell him to stop, but instead, a nurse walked straight toward him. When the nurse took the cigarette out of his hand, he froze. He was then wheeled away for an examination. Halfway there, he couldn't help asking whether the heavy-set guy needed to come along too. The two nurses pushing the stretcher looked completely confused. They brought him to the psychiatric department. Before he could figure out what was happening, he suddenly heard a noise in the room. It was coming from a cabinet behind the doctor. When he opened it, he found a woman locked inside, crying non-stop. Yet from the doctor's perspective, there was nothing there. Assuming the man had taken too many sleeping pills, the doctor immediately ordered nurses to transfer him to the psychiatric ward. To everyone else, those two figures were completely invisible. That night, the man got up to use the restroom. As he reached the doorway, he saw an elderly man squatting on top of the reception desk. When he looked closer, he realized the old man was peeking at a nurse who had bent down to pick something up. But then, to his horror, the old man's head suddenly expanded in an unnatural way. That was when the man finally realized something was seriously wrong. He rushed back toward his room, but to his shock, someone appeared to be swinging back and forth in midair, as if on an invisible swing. Terrified, he fainted on the spot. The next morning, he was awakened by a doctor making rounds. In order to be discharged, he pretended not to see anything unusual. But the problem was, no matter where he went, 4 wandering spirits followed him. They even followed him all the way home. He thought that was already bad enough, but what happened next was worse. The 4 spirits began taking turns using his body.